Damn. I mean, we might have lost to the Pelicans anyway, but what are you going to do? With that, we go to this offseason. Player retirements. LeBron calls it a career at age 40. Jesus. At age 40, LeBron is done. Averaged almost 26 points a game. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And the total award history, 4-time MVP, 4-time champion, 20-time All-Star, 15-time first-team All-NBA. Career high of 61 points, apparently. LeBron calls it a career. Mike Conley behind him, significantly. Gordon Hayward, Eric Bledsoe, Eric Gordon, Drew Holiday, Hassan Whiteside, Jay Crowder, Evan Turner, Avery Bradley, Bismack Biyombo, IT. But yeah, the big news, LeBron is done at age 40. Myers Leonard retired at only 33. Down to a 68, though, so he dropped. Staff retirements, Melvin Hunt for the Pacers. And Hall of Fame inductees, of course, LeBron makes it. It's a crazy stat line, all things considered. LeBron also has his jersey retired by Miami, Cleveland, and the Lakers, of course. He had 2 stints with the Lakers, left for Brooklyn, and then came back. Because why not? Yeah, LeBron has his number retired by 3 different franchises. For the league meetings, I'm actually going to go back over here again. I should just stay over here. We have a couple of new rules. Implement a possession arrow rule to be used in place of jump balls after the opening tip. I don't know what the hell the possession arrow rule is, but it's been approved, as has opposing teams will enter the bonus after 6 fouls have been committed in overtime. So they've changed the bonus rules. The possession arrow thing is there now. Please approve the draft lotto run. Nope, I'm letting it be randomized. I mean, the number 1 pick being decided through an elimination tournament does sound fucking hilarious. I mean, it's literally the KHL's Cup of Hope. Chat, do we approve it? Number 1 pick is decided through an elimination tournament. Remaining picks are determined by team record. It would be the first time that we've ever changed anything up. I mean, we might as well do it because none of us are really going to have the odds. You know, in the lottery, right? Fuck it, we'll approve it. It's the only time we've ever overruled it. Let's do it. We'll approve all of that. Which means we get to the draft lottery. It's not implemented yet. We got to wait for the new CBA. So, of course, the draft lottery here, we're just going to skip it. Cleveland gets the number 1 pick, then the Lakers, and then the Suns, fresh off of a conference final appearance. But yeah, I mean, that's not going to be implemented until, next year, until the new CBA is up. Staff signing, of course, we are going to automate that, and the combine, and the pre-draft workout, so we go straight to the draft. Let's see what we have here. Cleveland, number 1, takes guard Connor Harrington. Of course, they had Paul George, who's turned 35. Lakers at 2 take Judd Montgomery, forward out of Nevada, 44-inch vert. The Suns take forward Oscar Burns out of Wisconsin, best interior defender in the draft. The Warriors at 4 trade the pick, along with a first next year, for Kemba Walker and Luka Samanic. So Kemba and company traded for 2 first-round picks. So the Celtics at 4 take Chase Duncan, 6'9" forward, out of Richmond. 5th overall, the Pacers take Donovan Paxson, another forward out of Syracuse. More 3-pointers than any other forward. At 6, the Blazers take Wes Richards, another forward out of St. Louis. So going where expected. Spurs at 7 take Jeff Hardy, 7-foot center out of Cincy. Apparently high potential there. Clippers at 8 take J.C. Blackwell, guard out of Duke. More 3s than any other guard. At 9, the Rockets take Edwin Armstrong. Another power forward. Big power forward heavy draft here. Out of Indiana. And at 10, the Heat take Javier Sosa. Power forward out of Spain. Stash player for them. At 11, the Magic take Gary Geiger. Guard out of Air Force. Brooklyn at 12, Willie Solomon. Guard out of Kansas State. Very well-rounded player. Sacramento at 13 takes Sheldon Snow, 7-foot center out of Xavier. 14, the Pistons take Bob Terry, point guard out of Maryland. Fastest player in the draft. 15, the Hawks take trade the pick is what they do. 15th overall for Jalen Smith in a second. So the Celtics, use picks to trade up and then get picks back by dealing Jalen Smith. The Celtics trade up again. Jesus Christ, they're blowing my mind. That's what that means. The Celtics have traded up again. And they take Albert Snow. Isn't that another center named Snow? 7-footer out of Michigan. Some people suggesting he's a second-round talent. That's a Celtics pick. That's a very Celtics pick right there. Cavs at 16 take Alec Tyler. Guard out of Australia. And I'm not going to call him Alex. It's clearly Alec. The Nuggets. Man, the Celtics have another pick coming up here, too. The Nuggets at 17 take forward Randolph Burke out of Nebraska. Apparently may have fell down the draft. The Pistons at 18 take Jim Wesley, 7'2" center out of San Diego State. God damn, the big men in this draft. At 19, the Celtics take a Milos Novak. 6'9" Lithuanian forward. Good stash player. Really good at getting a shot off. Coco, what's going on, buddy? I just lost in the conference final, so I'm very sad. The Knicks at 20 take center Tyler Bird. Oh my god, dude. I needed a higher pick in this draft because there's some great big men. 7'2" out of Oklahoma State. More three-pointers than any other center. At 21, and of course this is the latest either of us have ever drafted. 76ers at 21. Trade the pick. Loka dropping the 20-month prime sub. You'll love to see that. As it's a first and a second for a first and Alonzo Trier. Trier? Regardless. The Knicks now have the 21st pick. And it's guard Istvan Sandor out of Hungary. Istvan. All right. 22, the Raptors take Lyle Jackson out of Minnesota. 23, the Thunder take Steve Patrick, forward out of USC. A coachable player. 24, the Bulls take Stevie Brewer, guard out of Southern Illinois. That's pretty cool. Shoot first, shoot second kind of guy. That's amazing. Let's see. More college threes than any other guard. 25, the Grizzlies take Corey Lyles, guard of the BYU. 26, the Hornets take Leftos Patsagoglu. Leftos Patsagoglu? I'm guessing it's Patsagoglu. Jesus. 6'4" Greek. The new freak. What a name. 27, the Wiz select Lothar Hoffman, 6'7" forward out of Germany. And for the first time ever, the Louisville Liberty select 28th, the lowest ever. Not the first time I've selected ahead of you guys, but it might be the first time it is the first time non-draft you guys have had that later selection. Anyway, here we go. Who's on the board for? Perry. Perry Hayward. That's my dude right there. Anyway. I apparently have an A-plus potential guy in Sidney Sims. That is, confirmed. So if I don't take Sidney Sims, you guys are probably going to take Sidney Sims because it makes sense. What do we got? John Wall at best, Raymond Felton at worst. Okay. Right. Let's go back to the old data here. Holy shit. Draft Express had Sims top 10. The others had him outside. Dude, they have him as the top point guard in the draft. Jesus. I really don't need him. But boy, taking him to make sure you don't get him would be hilarious. Who else do we have here? Tony Araja. Holy shit. Okay. Do I have a stash player already? We need to find this out right now. Oh no. Kirk got bopped. Kirk, no. Don't do that again. Whatever you did, don't do it again. Jesus. Ah! No. Stop it. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I had DeLuca, but I don't know if, yeah, Senzo DeLuca. I just don't know if he's still stashed. Aha! He's still stashed, I think. For Eurostash. We have noted that we're allowed to drop out the Eurostash, though. So I might take this guy anyway. Alright, so the Sims, Tony Raja, all NBA or bet. Jesus Christ. So there are a couple of boom or bust guards, including Raja, who's probably worth waiting for. He's a sharpshooter, too. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Josh Forbes, also projected to go in the first round. Guaranteed starting point guard, Josh Forbes, Doc Rivers, Patrick Beverley comparison. You guys have some interesting options here, because I'm probably not going to take a point guard. And you guys do need that guard depth. So, I mean, honestly, whoever gets that pick, pay attention. Sims and Raja. Those are the guys for you. Roy Battle. Excuse me, Roy. Well, you're not that good anyway, so fuck you. And then Perry. Tough for me to not take Perry Hayward. Guaranteed starting center out of Bama. It's probably going to be my guy. Not the best inside scorer, but has a bit of a shooting touch. Decent defense, good rebounding. Not the best athlete in the world, though. And then Lynn Boyd, also projected to go in the round. I do not have enough info on Mr. Boyd. Just to double check here. All right, do we have anybody else? Let's project Theo. No, I don't have enough info on you. Sloan, Monroe. God, so I can either take another guard that I need, or I draft, or another guard that I don't need. I can go best available, or I can draft for need here. The problem is there's no point for me to not draft for need, because no matter what, you guys are getting that boom or bust guard that you need. If it was Raja and only him, I would 1,000% take him to deny you guys of being able to get him. 1,000% I would take him. But since you have the option of Sims and Raja to up that forward, or to up that guard depth that you guys really need to up, because right now at guard you have JBC, Perabin, Barrett, and Sullivan. You really do need another guard. I have no choice but to just draft for need, and it's fairly obvious. Perry Hayward's my guy. He's not exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, 12 points, 12 rebounds a game. I'd like him to be a little bit more of an inside dominant force, but we're also at the end of the first round, so I can't really be that surprised. So for me, it is a pretty obvious choice. I'm going to be taking Perry Hayward with my first round pick this year. And what do they got to say? 12.5 rebounds. Best in the nation. The best rebounder in the draft. So I'll take that. The Bulls at 29 take Lynn Boyd, the other forward there out of Ohio State. So both Bulls picks from somewhat of a local area. Fastest three-quarter sprint time. The Mavs at 30 take Tony Raja. Yes. Oh, he's going to be a menace for you guys next to Luka. Good luck making it out of the West, guys. You get to deal with him and Luka. You're fucked. Game over. This ends when I win and you guys never get close. That's when this ends. With that, the Ravens at 31. The penultimate pick of the first round. This selection goes to Captain Captain. Congratulations, Captain. You are up. Hopefully you were paying attention. Again, there are probably some obvious picks. Astro, I'm not in luck to be in the least because literally I let you guys select what conference you wanted to be in. And you guys selected the West. So it's your fault. You don't get to complain. You don't get to complain and be like, well, you're in the easier division. You guys picked that easier division. Captain Butt is going to go for Sims. Good selection overall. Sydney Sims will be joining that guard core which you guys really do need, indeed. So Sidney Sims is the pick out of Iowa. Very heavily recruited. Want to have a successful collegiate career. All right. Uh-oh. Are we glitching? There we go. Pelicans on the clock. They take Rashid Hayes. And with that, we'll just go ahead and skip. Of course, we'll look back through the second round once the draft is over. I do the English language, by the way. Oh, boy. Let's see. Man, the Celtics have had so many picks in this draft. It's unbelievable. As have the Bulls. The Liberty have the 60th pick in this draft. In terms of information, I only have really good info on 2 players at this stage, which would be Mitch Griffin and Steve Best, neither of whom I really need or want, so I need to just go wishful thinking here and hope for the best. Shout out to Mitch Mack. I might have to take Mitch Mack. That's a great name. That's a great name. Theo Turner has a couple of badges, but I really don't need another guard. And again, this is the year where we're definitely going to have to let go of some of the players. Anders Svensson's 2-year stash player, though. Not going to get him. Lewis Christie, some 3-point range. William Matthews, a mid-range shot creator. So, I mean, players with... Shout out to Bobby Cheeks. You know, players with badges, but for the most part, shout out to Bo Little as well. For the most part, we're looking at guards, and I really don't need guards. Oh, boy. Okay, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do here. Although, to be honest, I might have to get rid of a forward. I know I'm going to have to get rid of a guard. Right. Well. Let me just take a look here. Point per game. Good old Mos Eisley here. Averaged 22 points a game. Nick Marion did as well. Rebounds per game. Tyson Burks, who is a center. Apparently he only played a game. Most of these guys didn't even play. What the hell? Right. Burks, Patterson, Morgan. I have a feeling it's really not going to matter. It's really not going to matter, but I got to just risk it with a big here. Yeah, I think it's going to be Burks or Patterson here. Yeah, all right. Burks or Patterson. 7'1", 7'2". You know what? He's got the size. Ian Patterson, congratulations. I'm going to hope for the best. You're tall as hell. You're built. 7'10" wingspan. 23-year-old out of Duke. We're just going to hope for the best with Ian Patterson. Not expecting much, but I got no choice but to just throw something at the wall and see what the hell happens. No brainer going for the best player available. We'll see what happens. Lakers take Luther Fields, and that brings up the Ravens. And this pick belongs to Popcorn Chicken. Popcorn Chicken, good luck. You're not going to have information really off of anybody. You know, you don't have them scouted enough, so best luck is all I can say. And at this point, still, you're looking for best available, I'd say. I'm looking at trying to get rid of this goddamn hangnail. Goddamn hangnails, I tell you. Popcorn Chicken, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Astral, take it easy, buddy. Catch you later. Probably not going to miss too much, I would say. I'm going to meme. Feel free to meme. I mean, there were some good memes. A meme totally means cheeks, doesn't it? Or are we just going to look? Or are we just going to look for names and see if there's a meme-worthy player? Will you take the Mitch Mack paddywhack? Will you take cheeks? Will we just scroll through the list? There's Mitch Griffin. What will it be? It's up to one Popcorn Chicken. Mitch Griffin is the pick. The point guard. You guys add to the point guard depth. So, I mean, we had the same strategy. I added to the big depth. You guys added to the guard depth. Mitch Griffin is the pick. 62nd overall to UConn. Led all collegiate players in assists per game. Not bad in theory. And the Mr. Irrelevant is Alejandro Chavez, the 7'1 Mexican. Let's take a look at how this draft went. Top player, wow, okay. Well, Cleveland, you done goofed. You should have taken Judd. Shout out to Judd or Oscar Burns. How good is Harrington here? B+ potential. B+ potential. How good is Oscar Burns? A- there, not bad. Let's see, so the Celtics traded up to get Duncan, which, this draft quality isn't looking that great. Ooh, wow, big winners there. The Pacers got Paxson at 5. Huge, huge winners. Richards on a B+. How good was Jeff Hardy? Only a B, apparently. This draft is looking a little bit rough, and that was a huge, huge win for the Pacers. Gary Geiger wasn't that bad either at an A. Bob Terry, Sheldon Snow. Yeah, Sheldon and Albert Snow. What do you know? All right. Let's take a look here. It's going to be that Liberty pick first. How good is the pick for the Liberty? 75, Perry Hayward at 23 years old. Not the best inside scorer, but a very, very good defensive interior player. I like that. C- athleticism I don't really like. B+ potential. I'll take that. End of the second round. Get a decent depth center. Guaranteed to be a starter. I'll take that. Has heat seeker. And break starter as a playmaker. That's weird. Gonna get him some defensive badges. He's worse than Law. I mean, of course he is, but I didn't expect him to be able to take over for Leon. There's no way. There's not a single player in this draft who's better than Leon. We got the Tony Raja, 74 overall, taken just before you guys could get him. A- potential for the 22-year-old Croatian. You guys ended up with Sidney Sims, who predictably was worse. 23 years old, only a 71. Good shooter, good playmaker, not the best defender in the world. Good athleticism, B- potential. So he looks like he's going to be depth for you guys, which is really what you were aiming for. And then we go to the second round. This does look like one of the weakest drafts that we've seen so far. Although Sean Ward went with the very next pick there, or one of the few next picks. No crazy high overalls. Josh Forbes at the 75. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, these overalls are dropping fast. The Liberty end up with 65 overall, Ian Patterson. Yep. He is an insta-cut at 23 years old. Good inside scorer. Horrible defender. Horrible rebounder. Yep. We took a guy literally based off of his height. That's all I had to go off of. Although apparently his ceiling is Al Jefferson. How? How do you figure he's going to turn into Al Jefferson? Are you full of shit? I mean, I guess that scouting report was pretty far off. But yeah, Patterson's an insta-cut. And for you guys, you took Mitch Griffin, who was a 71 at 23 years old. Okay scorer, good playmaker, horrible defender, okay athleticism, horrible IQ, B+ potential. He's okay. I'd say you guys won the draft, all in all, because obviously Patterson was a bust. Griffin's okay, though. He's okay. Probably not what you exactly want. But yeah, you pretty much ended up with two of the same player. That's pretty much what happened. So we go to the rookie signings. Of course, you guys are going to sign Sims and Griffin. I am going to sign Hayward and Patterson. And also, I'm allowed to finally bring in Senzo DeLuca. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to bring in Patterson at all. I am just going to outright cut Ian Patterson. That scouting report cannot be trusted. And I am just going to cut ties with him the second after drafting him. Sox, I don't think he's not worth it. Like, there's no way. There's no way he's worth it. He's never going to make it. I'm just immediately going to cut him. I mean, I know it's saying, like, oh, potentially Al Jefferson, but it's like, yeah, that's before you see the potential, right? Never mind. He actually has an A- potential. We're going to have to double check this because he might have an A- potential. hold on. Okay, so now we know the weight. So how good is Sims then? So Sims is a B-. What the fuck? He's still a horrible defender. Good athlete, though. How good's Griffin? Also still a horrible defender. He's a B+. So why the hell did Patterson change, then? How good's Hayward? Hayward's still a B+. I mean, I'll take it. We'll hold on to him. That's fucking weird. Team and player signings. Of course, you guys are going to hold on to Dunn and Bilic for the moment. But again, we are going to have to make some cuts to the team. Let me see how many guys you have here, because in theory it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. So 1, 2, 3. What do we have at the guard position here? So we have the 4 that we should have. Barrett and Sullivan at guard. We know we're going to have to make some cuts. You got Haywood, Singleton, Pena, and Callaway. Power forward, it's Spencer, Dunn, Bilic, and Anthony, and then center should be Dragic, Gorovic, and Carson. Yes. So we have to cut people off of this roster, chat. You guys have to make that decision on who to get rid of. Of course, people can move over, but I mean, sorting by the bottom here. Now, obviously, you want to keep that guard depth. I mean, maybe cut a guard and a forward. I mean, Radoslav Bilic does seem like the obvious choice. Could cut Callaway instead of Pena. People are saying Callaway and Bilic. Bilic seems to be the obvious choice. Alright, so again, 17, so we got to cut 2, right? So, you guys are making the choice. Sean Callaway, after all this time, is going to be cut. Been with the Ravens the entire time. Not allowed to trade. Well, okay, here's the thing. If you guys are allowed to trade, then so am I. So is that the trade-off that you want? I mean, if I go over to trades and I go to Trade Finder, and I go to Callaway, it would have to be... if I go to Callaway, are there any offers? Obviously not allowed to do that. It would have to be... you guys could get a first-round pick for Callaway. A first and a second from Chicago. This is going to be the interesting choice now that we have to cut people. If you're allowed to trade, then I'm allowed to trade, right? But for the most part, people are saying no. But I mean, you could be looking at a first, second-round pick extra. Everyone's saying no. Everyone's saying no. It would only be for picks. You wouldn't be allowed to trade for players. That's not what Draft Glory is. All right. People are saying no. So no trading. No trading. We're going to hold off. As nice as the extra picks would be. So Sean Callaway is going to be leaving your team. Not a single award to his record. Had a career-high 33 points. That was really his highlight. Has hip injury concerns at this point. And the overall chart basically stayed exactly where it was. Do a wheel and pick a random team and send him for nothing. Nah, we're just going to cut him. We're just going to cut him. So, Sean Callaway has been cut by the Ravens. You guys kind of wanted him gone for a while. And he is indeed gone. And joining him will be the power forward, Radoslav Bilic, who again has basically stayed the same at a 74 for the majority of his season. For the majority of his career. Of course, no award history. Career high of 15 points. But yeah, Radoslav Bilic is also on the way out. So that does bring you guys down to 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You're good. You're good. I mean, here's the thing, right? Some of the progression charts might be a little bit off because obviously we had to restart twice. But since somebody asked, that is JBC's progression chart. From the cusp of an 80 to the cusp of a 90. Jared Barry Carroll. So that brings us to the choice for me here in terms of who the hell am I going to get rid of to get down to 15? Because it's 5, 8, 11, 14, 15. Yeah, I got to get rid of 2 players as well. And I mean, the obvious choice. He was the biggest draft bust we have seen to date. Niko Debanovic, who I thought might be able to turn into a career high of 4 points, who I thought might be able to make it as a defensive option. No. So, Niko Debanovic is on the way out. Don't know. I could keep track of who we let go of. But, I mean, it'd be more interesting if we randomly look in a playoff matchup and we're like, oh, shit, that's where that guy went. So, let's see. I have 4 point guards, 3 shooting guards, 3 forwards. Kind of a tough choice in terms of who to get rid of here. I mean, Patterson seems like the obvious one because I just don't think he's ever going to make it. But he does have that potential. But he's so young, or not. He's not exactly young, but he's so low of an overall. I just don't think I can justify keeping him. I mean, it's him or Butler. It's him or Butler that gets dropped. Butler only a B-. Butler's never really going to get a shot. He's a decent shooter, but he is never going to get a shot with this other group. Yeah, we're going to cut Sidney Butler. We're going to cut Sidney Butler. That's the smart choice. Patterson will stay. And there we go. So in terms of the options, we're going to hold on to Gardner and Jackson. You guys are going to hold on to Austin Dunn. And of course, we'll try to make sure that the teams hold on here. By the way, it is getting late. Alright, you know what, chat? I'll be right back. Let me run to the bathroom really quickly. We'll at least get the team set up for the start of next season. And then we'll probably have to call it a stream. But I will be right back. Alright. And we be back. I'm glad apparently we hit the end of that 3-hour playlist right as I left. That's pretty sweet. Let me see if I can find something here just for the end of the stream. Let's see how ridiculous this ends up being. Take it from there. Alright, so let's go through the rest of this. We'll get this team set up for the season. So, qualifying offers, yep, we'll match all of those. It's fine. We get to the moratorium phase. So, Calvin Holland's going to be an RFA. Of course, we're going to skip all of this. We'll make sure our players stick around. So, I'm going to try to hold on Sammy Rogers, Landry, Haywood, Debanovic is gone, Butler's gone. And for you guys, Pena stays, Grovic stays, Barrett will hopefully stay. Anthony Dragic, Haywood you try to keep, obviously, and Bilic you're going to drop. So I have a feeling we're going to have to bring back some people via trade, more than likely. We'll probably cut some people, turn off the cap. I don't want to. I'd rather just have to trade for people back, but yeah, you guys are going to lose Barrett or Haywood if I don't. I just don't want the AI to be able to go crazy, but otherwise then I'm just going to create more work for myself. So, yeah, we will turn off the salary cap here, and then hopefully you guys can just re-sign these dudes. No, it's the moratorium phase. So again, just Debanovic and Butler. Everyone else for me is on a cap hold. For you guys, hold everybody but Bilic. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so into the actual free agency period. We should be fine. So Calvin Holland stays with the Thunder. Donovan Mitchell staying with the Jazz. Jason Tatum to the Lakers. Brandon Ingram stays on the Pelicans. Damian Lillard back to the Blazers. Actually stays on the Blazers. Steph goes to Boston. Okay. Jaren Jackson to the Grizz. Jamal Murray with the Nuggets. Kawhi goes to New York with the Knicks. Ben Simmons also going to the Lakers. Holy shit. Jason Malone stays. RJ Barrett joins the Hornets. And you guys lost Zach Haywood to the Clippers, who I will have to bring back. Obviously, I will. Alright, well, let's just wait for these offers to go through then. And we'll have to get Haywood back on your team. The tale of the two Haywoods. Julio gets an offer from the Thunder. Obviously, I'm going to match it. 1 year, 10 mil. Alright, so there we go. All those have gone through. Let me pretty much just wait until the preseason. So player progression. You got Jared Barry Carroll now up to a 91. Austin Dunn at an 83. Mo drops to an 83. And again, you're missing Haywood. All tech's all good. Dragic regresses. Singleton gets some big improvement. Parabin improves a little bit. So nothing too crazy for you guys. For the Liberty, Watson up to a 92. Popovich up to an 88. Law and Dunleavy both 86. And Cook an 85. So everyone in my starting five improved. Julio regressed. Gardner went up. Jackson went up. Haywood went up. DeLuca regressed while Lyles went up. So I got some pretty decent progression. And again, we're going to trade back for your players. Don't worry about it. LeBron just retired, Mutant. 40 years old. He just retired at 40. All-Star. We're going to Vancouver. So you guys are hosting the All-Star game. How to generate the rookies, of course. Simulate the Hoop Summit. And then we get to the training camps. And for me, untapped potential. What am I looking at here? I mean, I can't do anything for Watson. He's already had an A+. Every single member of my starting five, though, is at least an A. But Popovich is probably the only one worth using it on because he's the youngest who could actually appreciate it. Probably going to go Dino. I mean, I could go Hardy. I could go Lyles as a depth option. Patty Jack. I got a lot of B+. Not to let her grade the number. Well, let me check to see. I don't know what the number actually is, but... I mean, you're not wrong. Can we get our players back first? Yeah, I probably should look for that, shouldn't I? Alright, let me make sure no one's missing off of my team here. Cook, Hardy, and Gardner. Watson, Haywood. I'm missing Ernie Landry. I'm gonna have to bring him back. Forwards, Dunleavy and DeLuca. I'm missing Jens Meyer for some reason. Patty Jack and Popovich. I'm missing Sammy Rogers for some reason. And then at center, it's Law, Hayward, Law, Hayward, Lyles, and Patterson. That's right, I gotta re-add Patterson to the list. Alright, so I'm missing 3 players, for God's sakes. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have to cut one more player anyway. Because I didn't end up cutting Patterson. Or in general, I had one more player anyway, and I'm not sure why. But I'm going to have to cut a player anyway. Alright, let me go back over here. We will keep the cap off. The recently signed restriction will go off, and let me see. Alright, so Ernie Landry's a free agent, so it's easy enough to bring him back. Alright, cool. So Landry is back with the Liberty. Where is Mr. Meyer? Where is Jens? Jens went to the Celtics? Okay. And where did Sammy Rogers go? Where did Sammy Rogers go? He's a free agent. So I'll bring Sammy back as well. So that has me, I believe, at 15. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait, can I not count 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? Yeah, I need to cut one player. And I have no idea who the hell I'm going to cut. I thought I was at 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. It just makes sense to cut Patterson, man. Like, I know he could turn into something, but I just don't see it happening. That potential or not, I just don't see it happening. He's just too low of a starting overall. Like, how long is it going to take him just to get the Lyles level? I have to cut Patterson. I do. Why am I getting... The hell is even happening there? Yeah, I got to cut Ian Patterson. I got to do it. And if anything, I'll just trade him out right to the Celtics. Rather than dumping him, signing somebody. Yeah. I think I still have the trade overrule on as well. So yeah, I want Jens Meyer back. And you guys can have Patterson. There we go. Meyer is back. We agree to dump Patterson out of kind of pure necessity. And then for you guys, let's see who you're missing right now. So you have Barry Carroll, Purbin, Griffin, and Sims. Guard should be, you're missing Dion, as was called out before. We gotta get Dion back. Forward, you only have Singleton, so Haywood is missing, and Pena is missing. Jesus. Forward, Watson, or not Watson, but Spencer, Dunn, and Anthony. And then center, Dragic, Grovich, Carson. All right, cool. So you guys are missing 3 players as well. And not really sure where they are. Where did Pena go? Free agent, no real surprise there. So Fabricio is back with you guys. Where's Dion Barrett at? Dion went to Toronto. Okay. So really quickly, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so we got to get you guys Dion Barrett back. And Haywood, who went to the Clippers. So quickly... Free agents, lowest rated dudes. Let's go for Alonzo Swift. And this dude, Gordon. Sorry to these 2 teams that are about to get screwed, but hey, we do what we gotta do to keep our fun teams intact. So Dion Barrett, you will not be playing a game for a different team. Oop, make the trade there for Swift. And back over to trading. Go to the Clippers, and you guys get Haywood back. Alright, cool. Teams are set, then. The teams are set. Sox, it's actually not a horrible idea, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, salary cap's going to be back on now. Now that everything is good to go. So, training camps, then. For me... I don't disagree with Sox, decision to be like, hey, make Watson even better, but I can't necessarily avoid the allure of making Dino Popovich even better. Of all the guys that have the A, he's the youngest. I'm gonna go for Dino. I'm gonna go for Dino. And for you, hopefully, the people are still here from when we did this. Jub, are you here? If you are, you get to select who you guys are using your potential boost on. So you're gonna look here, an A+ for Barry Carroll, an A for Dunn, and then Haywood to Anthony, all A-. Anybody else is a B+ or lower. So, you have options. Barry Carroll could really benefit. Barrett could still benefit. Plenty of options, Jub. If you're still here, it is your call. If not, it goes to Ambien. Is Ambien here? Ambien Heat. Are you here? Jubb doesn't answer, it goes to you. And if one ambient heat does not answer, it goes to Gray Valley. First one of you three to say anything in chat gets it. Gray Valley gets it. Going to JBC. He'll get the boost. Done and dusted. Done and dusted. So with that, we advance to the start of the next season. Kind of want to get these upgrades sorted out off stream. I'll at least get the rosters set. And then we'll take it from there. I'll do the mentorship later. But, I mean, JBC, obviously, it's going to be the same thing. Shooting guard. I know, Sox, I know. Unless you're just explaining to the people. Haywood. Same thing. Forward or guard. Could be either. Austin Dunn. Power forward or center. Mo Spencer. Power forward or center. Dion Barrett. Doesn't have the height to play anywhere else. Carson is still an unreal power forward. But I suspect he'll get moved back to center unless Austin Dunn is selected. Sullivan, again, doesn't really have the height to play anywhere else. Dragic, same thing. Power forward or center for him. Singleton. Honestly, I mean, Singleton you could have anywhere. You could have him as a power forward or a shooting guard, but we'll leave him at forward. Pena is the exact same thing. Pena has the extra height, so he's better at power forward, so maybe have Singleton as the shooting guard depth. Perbin doesn't really have the height to play as a forward. So, Perbin is there, and then Gorovich, same thing. Predominant power forward, potentially. It is a shame, but I do think you're right. Mo might not be the star anymore. Anthony doesn't really have the height. Griffin doesn't have the height either, so obviously we're going to have to fully decide where to put people. We'll be moving a lot of players back to point guard, I'm sure, to make that call. Okay, so we'll start off with the bigs. Obviously, Carson right now, your highest rated option. And it's done. Mo Spencer, Dragic, Gorovich, and then Anthony is the one that can move over to forward if need be. So it is the call between these five. Which three keep the higher rating at power forward, and who moves over to center? That is the call. Whoops. And just a look here. Interior defense goes to Dragic, Gorovich, Spencer, Carson, and Dunn in that order. The block rating, 99 for Carson and 90 for Austin Dunn. The rest are lower from there. Offensive rebounding clearly goes to Carson and Spencer over the rest. Defensive rebounding clearly goes to Mo. I mean, he's an unbelievable rebounder. So the question of who goes to power forward and who drops back to center. The strength advantage for Carson and Dunn. The vertical going to Carson and Dragic. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Who goes where? And in terms of shooting options, Carson only good from in close. Dunn has a bit of an outside shot. Mo has a bit of an outside shot, and Dragic does as well. So Carson and Gorovich as your centers might not be the worst option. Just for the fact that they don't have an outside shot. I'd personally go Carson and Gorovich at center. And leave Dunn, Spencer, Dragic a power forward to keep that higher rating. With center as the secondary options. What do you guys think? Carson at center. Carson, Dragic. Okay, so it's clear Paris Carson's going to be at center. It's clear that Paris Carson's going to be back at center. That is just the obvious play. Now, in theory, you don't even have to move somebody back over to center. In theory, you could leave Paris Carson, I think, as a power forward, but still have him play at center, although it might make him the power forward by default. It's not like the attributes change, though. Like, really, the attributes are just for show. So, it's just a matter of who goes where. Actually, I wonder. Hold on. Let me just see. If we were to do this, what would your team look like? Technically, no natural point guards or centers. What would it look like? So it would run Barrett, JBC, Haywood, Carson, and Dunn. That's a bit awkward. Yeah, you probably don't want that. You probably don't want that. So yeah, we gotta make that decision. Shroomish, I have no idea, man. It's just off a random YouTube playlist. Here, give you the old playlist, though. Alright, we gotta make a call here, because I don't have a crap load of time at this point. What are we doing? Who's moving over to center? I mean, again, my shout, I think it's obvious. You move Gorovich over to center because he has no outside shot. Just kind of shelter him there. I mean, Dunn, Spencer, and Dragic can all stay there, personally. Unless you wanted Dragic to get more of a chance to play. In which case, tucking him away at center would help, too. That way you got Dunn and Spencer at power forward, Dragic and Carson at center. And then Gorovich, though, kind of sits and wastes away. Anthony definitely sits and wastes away. Carson and Dragic. So am I moving Gorovich back? Fuck it, Sox, you're the official liaison. You're the official liaison for the chat here. What are we doing? It's your call. Fuck it, because this has to get done. I gotta walk the dog and try to get to sleep. So you are the official liaison here representing the chat. Make the right calls. Make the right calls and in quick order. If you would. It would be appreciated. Dragic and Carson, and alright. Moving Dragic over too. Works for me. Alright. And forward, obviously, these three are all staying. So then the question is, who goes to point guard? You know, obviously you can see the scoring there. Playmaking, I mean, A+, A-, A, 2 B+, and an A- there. What do you think, Sox? Who goes to point guard and who stays at shooting guard? Shortest is Parabin at 6 foot. Everyone else, aside from Griffin, who's 6'1", is 6'2". Sox make the call. Who will be a point guard? Who will be a shooting guard? JBC is unbelievable now with 25 badges. Alright, JBC at point guard. They're making the call. JBC will be the point guard with Parabin and Sims. Alright. We'll rock with it. Parabin and Sidney Sims. That was worded wrong. Well, I think I know what you meant. I hope. Yeah. Alright, so, perfect balance of 3 in every spot. Let's take a look at the game plan here. Probably, again, move it up to 11 on the bench depth. 10 or 11. Probably go 11. But the team is then JBC, Dion Barrett, Zach Haywood, Austin Dunn, and Paris Carson. Mo Spencer is the 6th man. You get Sullivan, Dragic, Singleton, Pena, Gorovich with promised time. And then Parabin, Anthony, at least there, Griffin and Sims are in the reserves. So that is the team. And the system, I mean, 4-star on 7 seconds. I imagine you're going to stick with the 7 seconds offense. It fits perfectly with everyone but Austin Dunn. So, stick with it. And then, for the Liberty Bibbity, let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have here for the Bibberty. Shall we? Shall we? I mean, honestly, I don't think there's really too much to discuss. Yeah, there's really not much to discuss here. I mean, Hayward gets power forward as a secondary position. Dino will stay at power forward, even though he could be moved over for Dunleavy. If anyone struggles, I'll make changes. For the most part here, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine with this setup. Confident it can get the job done again. Yep, really nothing to change there. There might be like a slight change or two, but for the most part, we're golden. Only thing I could change is to have Dino not have center as a secondary position because we have Hayward and Lyles. Maybe open him up to be forward, but for the most part, I think I'm pretty much good too. No real changes to make. We'll bump the bench depth up to 11. So it's Cook, Watson, Dunleavy, Popovich, and Law, which you would expect. Ernie Landry's my sixth man. Got Hardy, Gardner, Rogers, Meyer, Jackson, Hayward as well, and then DeLuca and Lyles are actually on the bench, or reserves. So feel kind of bad there for RJ Lyles, but Perry Hayward, fresh out of the draft, has jumped him. And for me, with the old proficiency, grit and grind is 3.5. Pace and space is 3.5. 7 seconds is 3.5. Fuck. I mean, grit and grind fits Watson very well, as does balanced. It's Law and Cook who were kind of left out. At balanced. Grit and grind drops 2 and raises 2. Pace and space takes a slight hit on Dino and Cook, but really works out well for Dunleavy and Watson. And then 7 seconds really works for the front three, but not the pegs. I got a much more well-rounded team. Translate to 4 defense, often out rebounded. Offensive efficiency is tempo. I don't think I want to run the same offense here, though. Pace and space. Sacrifice strength and height. I mean, not really. No low post offensive threat, which I don't need because everyone else is a sharpshooter. And I'm thinking pace and space is the way to do it here. So we got 3-point shooters. I'm going to try pace and space to start the season. In worst case, I just go back to the grit and grind. I just feel like going back to the grit and grind is the way to go because we just haven't had the finish at the rim, so just take more shots and see what happens. So again, I will do the mentorship later, but for right now, you guys are 10th in the preseason rankings. Rocking a 92 overall, 95 offense, and an 89 defense. Shroomisher just sent the link in chat there. But yeah, 92 overall, 95 offense, 89 defense, and for the Liberty, it is a 96 overall, 94 offense, and 97 defense. Our first matchup of the season is pretty early on December 12th, so we'll get a look at these two teams going head-to-head rather early on this season. But we'll mainly get a look at that, I would say, tomorrow. Both teams good to go, ready to rock. Starting 5. It looks a little bit better here, but it's the Ryan Watson against Jared Barry Carroll series at this stage. Long way to go, though. This could be the season.